Let's talk about hedges. We've got lots of them here. We've got English box, ligustrum, we had lumas, we've got Photinias, we've got viburnum hedges, we've got the Conifer, which is your Layton's green conifer. Now, these are known to have that dieback, that canker they call it, which you get one dying off and then it spreads through the rest of the hedge. And I know in recent years, many places have lost a lot of their hedge, if not all of it. Now, we've had a bit of dieback, and my experience, we've been here for 6 years, thereabouts, and when we first got here, I was really paranoid about that dieback as well, as far as how to control it, what causes it. And I've come to the conclusion that it's the lack of airflow. That's where it starts from. So it's not treating the cause, but it's not treating the symptom, it's treating the cause. And it starts with the lack of airflow. That's in my books. Now, others who may be experts in that disease itself may say, no, it doesn't start like that. Well, from my practical approach, what I found is by going up to the tree, or the hedge in this case here, and going through all the little branches or leaves that you find on it that are dying back, like this here. See that die back in there? Just spotted this one now. Now, what happens when that dies back? You get this compaction and all the needles falling down and compacting on top of each other, right? That stops the airflow. That starts to decay. Now, if there is a little bit of stress in the plant itself, you'll find that there will cause some wounds on that particular branch, and when that starts to die back, that's when the virus becomes active, and all of a sudden you've got the problem spreading through the whole plant itself. And when you find these little things like this, look here, look at that. See that mulching? All that mulching, all that matting down, look at this. Look, it's everywhere. All right, it's good on the outside, but you need to go inside. Look at this. All that sits in there. That causes a lot of, it stops a lot of the airflow going through it. And if you've got one sickly branch, whether it's from a bad cut or it broke or it simply just died back and you got all that mulch sitting on it, you're going to have problems with it, and you're going to want to cut it out sooner rather than later. This is the east side of the hedge. It's nice and dense, so it gets all the morning sun. And that's important because the hedge like this needs as much sunlight as it can get. It won't grow that well in the shade, folks. Let me show you the other side, which gets less sunlight. Have a look at this side. It's not as dense, I can tell you that much. And it hasn't got as much of that dry needle stuff falling down everywhere, but we have had some dieback on here. It doesn't get a lot of sun here, literally 2 hours, 3 hours, because of the Yukis on that side there. They're beautiful. I'm in two minds about cutting them down. I said I was going to cut them all out, but I might leave one or two here, strategically positioned, obviously, or selected. So this side here is far less, and here, see the hole? Now, I didn't create a hole because I just felt like it. I created a hole because I had dieback here, had to cut it out. See a little bit more here? It's starting. This is how it starts on the tips of the foliage. See that? It's browning off on the tip. Now, if that's left unnoticed or untreated, it's not only the tip that it happens to the whole branch itself. Let me cut it off anyway. Worrying about spreading diseases and all that, well, I don't know about this one here in particular, but you can see, I'm not sure if you can see it, but I can, definitely the discoloration on the tips. A little bit there as well, you can see it works back inside. Now, that's not from hedge trimming, that is dieback. I'll just show you this one by comparison. Look at the vibrancy in that there, the new growth there. See it? That's what you've got to look for, the discoloration and the dullness in the colour of the actual green parts there. So when it's green like this, it's good, but when it starts to discolour, you need to get into it and take care of it. So cut it out is the best advice I can give you, and ruffle the foliage so you can knock out all the dead twigs. Airflow, airflow, airflow. Yes, feed them if it's not a big hedge. I've got about 1 kilometre of them. So I have lost a couple, but not in this part here. Out far away, it was only 2 or 3 together, and I wasn't concerned. I actually did want to pull them out, so I let them die off. Now, in saying that, if you're concerned about planting a Layton's green or Castlewellan gold as a hedge because of their known of them dying back and all that, well, there is one that is canker free, and I forgot the name of it, but a good friend of mine put me onto the guy who's got the plant, who's been breeding it, and I'll announce it once I get more information on it. So this is just off the cuff that I know we've got some, Well, let me show you one. Have a look at this one now. It looks exactly the same as your typical Castlemaine, Leighton's green in this case here. Now, like I said to you, I can't recall the name of this or the name is giving it, and I'll find that out and I'll share it with you. Unless you know it, you can share it with us. These are a hybrid which are disease resistant to that canker basically, so these should not develop that problem. So if you're looking to plant a hedge and you're hesitant about planting a conifer hedge or Leighton's green or similar, think about these ones here. I'll find out the names and I'll share it on our post. And plant some of these instead so you don't have to worry about that dieback. Well, so far so good. I know my mate's planted about 500 of them and he's doing pretty well. He's got to plant another 5,000 to catch up to me. Check out our website, vasilisgarden.com. We're not selling these online, folks, no, but you can ask me questions if you need to about that. But do check out our website for the reward points, redeem them, and take advantage of the specials before we end the sale. From me, Vasili, Madesi.